The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Greg Davis, SuperAffiliateRockstar.com. What's up? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Somebody type something. Yep, cool. All right, sounds good, guys. Well, listen, let's get right into it. Like I was saying in the email, I was originally going to make this a course, because information is extremely valuable. Actually, did a little presentation of it at my last event. We talked about it a little bit, and it was a lot of interest, very well received. People wanted to know more, so I knew that demand for information was there. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to make this course, high end course, make a little bit of money, and keep it moving. Um, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm not really big into courses. Um, because they, especially in this industry, they're outdated like so quickly. And I just had a lot more success being really hands on with people, doing private coaching, consulting, stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I haven't really done a really good training myself in a while. Like I've had some other people come on digital training, but I hadn't really done a really good training myself. And so, in a long time, so I just figured, I'm just going to do it for free as a free training and kill that. And then, so I just decided to do that. But actually, it was late last night because I was working on a video yesterday. Then I was like, you know what, let me just do a webinar. So just kind of, finish up the slides and, send out the message this morning. So here we are. So anyway, so I just want to give a little bit of background. And basically, a lot of you guys have actually been on my list for a long time, so you've seen a lot of the stuff as it happened. But I haven't really gone into detail as far as exactly how I was able to be successful with information marketing. And the whole key to it, the whole key to success, at least as far as I see and can see with information marketing, is your list, is building a list of people that follow you, that basically want to give you money and do give you money. And if you put out good content, and if the stuff that you sell, the services that you sell or whatever, help people to improve their lives in whatever way, then they will keep buying from you. And it's a beautiful thing. Not only that, but a lot of them will eventually become your friends, and it's awesome. So anyway, so I just want to get into that. I would say this mostly, when I did this, it was mostly occurred between, I would say, 2009 and 2011. Actually, maybe started like in 2008 a little bit, at the end of 2008. But really, as far as most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about that I did, it was between like 2008 and then maybe late like 2010. And so yeah, so just a little bit of background. I've been doing affiliate marketing since 2000. I've been doing it full time as a full time business since 2007. 2009, I was able to make some breakthroughs that really ratcheted up my income into the seven figures, sometimes per month, and acquired the nickname Mr. 50K a day. Um, because that's what I was making on most days. And so and so basically it's one of those things where you can become good at something. And I was good at affiliate marketing. I was good at paid traffic, specifically really good with Google AdWords and Facebook, actually, and media buys as well. I got good at this paid traffic, period. And at first, I didn't set out to become an information marketer. I didn't set out to sell people information, but they asked. well, how do you do this? I'm willing to pay you to show me how to do what you do. And I resisted it at first, partially because I was making a lot of money doing what I was doing. When you're making 40, $50,000 per day, it's hard to duplicate that selling information. And so I was like, this is like a cut and pay for me. I was just focused on doing what I'm doing. But I had an interruption in doing what I was doing because of Google and Facebook and them not liking what I was doing. And so for a little while there, I couldn't do it anymore. So then I was like, oh man, I wish I'd have done some of that, coaching and consulting and information marketing. So from then, I decided that I would be a little bit more humble, and and I would focus on having multiple streams of income. All right, so I would continue to do what I was doing, affiliate marketing, but also satisfy the demand of people that wanted to learn about how to do what I was doing and helping them, be successful in affiliate marketing as well. So this is like my journey, what I learned as far as building an information marketing business, and also once I did it and made all the mistakes and stuff, I've had a couple of friends, a couple of most people that you would have probably heard of, but I'm not gonna say any names because to maintain their privacy. But helped a few friends do the same thing. They've had a lot of success, and just based on what I did and then what I was able to help them do, I was able to kind of develop a system for how to do this particular thing. And this particular thing is how to make a lot of money in information marketing using your personality. All right. I'll say information marketing. It could be, you could sell an information product. Okay. So maybe this is like a course. Maybe this is like a workshop. It could be like if you might be a consultant or a coach. That's information marketing. I mean, anything that you're actually selling information, selling your expertise, selling a skill that you have, or somehow marketing some valuable information. This all falls into the category of information marketing. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about who this is for. All right, this is for people that are already doing information marketing. All right, or that want to get into information marketing, that have some information that's valuable enough that people will actually pay for it. All right, so that's for that. If you're like a coach, you definitely fall into this category. A consultant definitely falls into this category. If you're a product owner, okay, and even if it's not an information product, but if you have some type of high-end product that you sell, this particular method will work for you as well. All right, so um, I've seen car dealers, car salesmen use this type of marketing. So anything that's high end that costs a lot of money, you can use this for. Okay, but it is a personality driven model. Okay, so if you just want to build your business and have nobody know who you are and just have a company name, stuff like that, then this is not going to work for you. All right. I mean, you may be able to pick up some things from it, but this method will not work. This is for if you are going to be like the face of the business, if you are going to be the personality behind the business, then this will work like gangbusters. All right. So, so I didn't come up with these ideas and everything myself. I put my own spin on it and, my own flavor on it based on stuff that worked for me. But I originally got the idea from, or the ideas from Lloyd Irvin, uh, who got the original ideas from Dan Kennedy. All right. So, and lots of marketers that have learned from Dan Kennedy, and you see what stuff that I'm about to show you, like they've done it in various ways. I mean, obviously everybody has their differences, but the main concept is the same. It all comes from Dan Kennedy. And I actually was in a mastermind with Lloyd, and he, helped me, in the course of, going to the mastermind, he helped me put together the strategy and taught me exactly how to do this personality driven model for information marketing. All right. So these are the people that I have to, salute that actually, gave the original foundation for this model. But of course, this is my own personal spin on it. All right, so let's talk about this. A lot of people talk about list building all the time, and it's all about how to build a big list, how to get tons of names, how to just, build some huge list. And, just like some other things in life, size does not always matter. Okay. I mean, I can't speak as far as for, sexual type of matters or something like that. But when it comes to making money from a list, comes from information marketing, you don't need a big list. All right. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to build a list from scratch. Okay, starting from you have 0 names. All you have is the autoresponder and it's empty. All right, you have no list in there, you have no contacts in there, you have nothing. All right, I'm going to show you how to fill that list up. Okay, but just keep in mind, I mean, look what I did over like a 2-year period. I went from 0 to maybe 2,000 people on the list, maybe a little over 2,000 people on the list. I mean, I have more now. I mean, since then, have a lot more. But originally, I had made $1.5 million by the time that list was 2,000. Okay, this is over the course. It's not like the list was already 2,000 people, and then over 2 years I made the money. No, from 0 to 2,000, I made $1.5 million in 2 years. Okay, from this list. All right, so this stuff works. It works really well, but you have to follow the system, okay? And you have to be willing to work hard, okay? Because nothing comes easy, nothing's for free. You can actually build your list pretty much for free, but it's going to take some legwork, okay? And you'll see what I did. I mean, I wasn't just sitting around, pushing buttons on a computer and building my list. I was working, okay? I was my feet on the street. I was in airplanes. I was doing, what it took to get those valuable names on my list. Okay, so this is not something that's easy. Again, I don't know too many easy ways to make, $750,000 per year. All right, most things, are going to take some type of effort, some type of work, some type of sacrifice. So this is no different. Okay, this is not anything magic that just money comes out of the sky. You have to work. All right. Um, but keep in mind, again, people talk, oh, I have a list. My list is 100,000 people, 200,000 people, a million people. That means nothing. Okay. That means nothing. You can buy a list of a million people and, each name is almost worthless. But you can build a list, tiny, tiny, tiny list, a couple hundred people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people, and you can make over at times I've made like over $1,000 per subscriber. Okay, $1,000 per subscriber. Each person on my list is worth $1,000. Okay, that's how you make big money, and that's how you make big money fairly quickly. Okay, because if you can actually scale that, then you could literally be set for life. All right, from your one list. But it's one thing that I'm doing. You can literally be set for life. All right. So, and it's a beautiful thing. If you have a list that people buy from you, it's a beautiful thing. Like Dan Kennedy always talks about, send the bill to the list. Send the bill to the list. You want a new car? Don't go into the bank and use your money to buy a car. Send it to the list. Come up with a promotion. Send it to the list. Make money. Buy a car. Okay. Um, whatever you want in life, whatever the money that you need, get it from your list. But you have to get it to that point first. You have to have a relationship with your list. Okay, the only way that you're going to make a lot of money from your list is that you have a strong relationship with the list. All right, so it's not the size of the list; it's the size of your relationship with the list. All right, so let's look at the ingredients of the system, the actual raw materials that you're going to need to make this work. All right, so. And by the way, I'm not going to look at the questions while we're going, just because it's going to be distracting. But write your questions down, and then at the end we will have a Q&A. All right. So that's the other reason why I wanted to do a webinar, because that way, if I just did the product, make videos and stuff, or whatever, then it would just be kind of me in a vacuum. Whereas now I can present the information, you can ask questions, and undoubtedly stuff that I've left out or left incomplete. And so that way, it'll be a better overall, product when we include the question. So let's talk about what we're going to need. First, we're going to need is a squeeze page. Okay. And hopefully by now, if you're on this call, you're familiar with what a squeeze page is. If you're not, then, this might not be for you. But just it's a page that is the sole purpose of the page is to collect contact information. Okay, to collect the email, to collect name and email. I would just leave it at that. I mean, you could collect phone number and stuff like that. I mean, if that's applicable to what you want to do. But once you add phone number, then it greatly cuts down on the number of people that will respond. So email. I would say name and email. Some people just do email. You necessarily have to use names, whatever. But you want to collect the emails. That's the whole purpose of the squeeze page. You also need a catchy, easy to spell domain. Okay. So in my case, I use superaffiliaterockstar.com. Okay. So it's not short, but if you know how to spell super, you know how to spell affiliate, you know how to spell rockstar, then 90% of people can spell it correctly. All right. So the domain name is extremely important. As a matter of fact, you may even want to split test, more than one. All right. I would try to go for .com, but really, like these days, they have like some really cool extensions now. Like for instance, they have like .rocks. So I also got Greg Davis .rocks because I rock. And so some of those might work too. I mean, the key is that you want to be able to say it to somebody without them seeing it written down, and have them be able to remember it, or be able to remember it, be able to write it down. So don't get cute, okay? Don't have like weird spellings. I would stay away from dashes, subdomains. Just make it as easy as possible. All right. So I would really spend a lot of time with this. I mean, obviously, you want the domain to reflect what you're about. In my case, people are familiar with a super affiliate. I was a super affiliate, and then I just added a rock star at the end because that was like the character. That was like the I don't know. That's kind of like the image that I was trying to portray. Okay, that I wanted to portray. So that encapsulated all those things, and at the same time is easy to spell. Okay, so if you have a word in there that's not very easy to spell, then I would try to get something that's easy to spell, and use it for your email as well. Okay, whatever. So say like for me, my email is greg@superaffiliaterockstar.com. I'm not using a Gmail. I'm not using something else. Use your email because again, if you have excuse me, if you have a catchy domain name and you email somebody or they see your email, then they might say, "Oh, let me check out this site." Okay, so that's important. You also need an autoresponder, which is going to be very key to this. Is going to be where your list resides. Personally, over the years, I mostly have used Aweber, but keep in mind I've been doing it since 2000. So Aweber is like the original. I've had an account with them forever, but lately though I use iContact for most of my lists. They have some features that I really like over Aweber, and I think it seems to me, based on the split tests that I've done, that their delivery is a little bit better than Aweber. So I like iContact, but there's tons of them out there. I mean, there's nothing magic about any one particular brand. You can get whatever you want. You also need a blog. All right, so you need to have the blog, WordPress blog installed on your website. I think it's a pretty standard thing these days. So you need a blog. You also need a YouTube channel. Okay, that's going to be a huge piece of the pie, and in propelling your information business. So YouTube channel, and then you're going to need 5 pieces of content. Okay, so these contents, we'll talk about this more in detail, but it could be stuff that you already have. Okay, but this is what you're going to use for your videos. You're going to use for your blog posts. You're going to use for Facebook posts. You're going to use for podcasts. You're also going to use for articles. All right, and you're going to have just a few pieces of content that you can repurpose and use for all these different things. All right, we're going to talk about that at length. All right, and then also you want to have a Facebook page. All right, so you can have some other stuff. This the bare minimum that you want to start with. All right, so let's talk about the squeeze page. This is your website. Okay, your website is going to be your squeeze page, and it's going to be an engaging squeeze page. All right, so this is mine. This is pretty much the one I actually updated it, but this is pretty much the one that I used while I was doing most of the list building. And there's just a little video of me talking about how what did I say in this video? I think I was just saying something about how the same thing here, how I took my business from 5,000 per day to over $50,000 per day. So I was gonna let you know those secrets, and the way I was gonna do it was giving you access to my secret underground hardcore blog. Okay, now this is important because most people have some type of what they call lead magnet, so that they can kind of entice people to sign up for their list. So you sign up for your list, you get this, man. But in this system, the only thing that you want to give them is access to your blog. Okay, you don't want to give them no free report. You don't want to give them no free whatever. As a matter of fact, I don't even think you see the word free on here at all. Let me make sure here. Yeah, so I'm just kind of, dangling out here. Look, I got this big secret. Nobody knows about this. Put some attractive benefit here, triple ROI. And then you can get into the mind of me with my secret underground hardcore blog. All right, so what you're doing right here is you are putting value in your blog, because most people, they're like, you have to switch, like, who has the power. Okay, because typically when you approach a lead, a squeeze page, the actual person that's going to fill out the squeeze page has the power. Because they're like, okay, this guy wants my email address. What am I going to get in exchange for? Okay, so it's like, should I give him my email address or not? Okay, well, in this case, it kind of flips a little bit. It's like, look, you want to get access to this blog, because this blog is going to show you how to make 50K per day. So, you give me your email, I'll give you access to the blog. That's it. I'm not giving you nothing else. I'm not giving you no free this, no free that. You want to read the blog, give me your email, and then you can have access to it. Simple like that. So it just repositions everything. It automatically puts you in a position of power. Automatically puts your blog in a position of value. Okay, of having a lot of value. All right. So that is the key here to the squeeze page. So obviously something that you want to test and change things around. Split test it. You can use tracking software. You can actually do split testing within the autoresponder a lot of times, or if you're using something like Lead Pages, you could do split tests. But whatever you want to do split tests. Now, at the height of when I was actually building this list, the conversion rate of this squeeze page was 60%. All right, 60%. So 6 out of every 10 people that came to this page ended up giving me their email. And it actually used to be name and email, but then went through this thing where people went through this whole phase where people were like, you can get a lot more names, a lot more opt-ins if you just don't ask for the name. So then I stopped asking for the name. And then now for my newer list, I do ask for the name, but for this one, I'd already went no name. So I was like, I can't really go back. So, so I just kept doing just email only. But yeah, but this thing, even now, it's dropped some, but it's still around 50% conversion. Okay, now that's going to make more sense once you realize how I generate visitors. This is, you don't send them to a nice, pretty site where you have, whatever you have there right now, advertising your business services. This is it. All right, if they want to get any information from you, if they want to see anything about what you're doing, they have to opt in. It's plain and simple. This is what you give them all the time. Like, you have no other site that you give to people. This is it. All right, this is like a huge key here. All right, if they want to get with you, if they want to learn about you, then they have to opt into your squeeze page. All right, so now that you're able to see it, see if you got any questions. Am I using Lead Pages with this? No, I'm not. This was just a plain HTML page. You'll see the checklist again. I'll revisit that, Arthur. So don't worry. All right, sorry about that, guys. when I do the I will edit this and I will match up the with the video with the audio that I already did, so it'll be better. So my bad. I had cut off the screen because I had to add a slide. I forgot a slide that I had to add, and then I never cut it back on. All right, so no question on the squeeze page. I can go on. Is ClickFunnels overkill? Um, I mean, I don't. We'll put it this way. I'll show you the whole thing. You could definitely use ClickFunnels, absolutely, but at the same time, um, you don't want to like overcomplicate it. You don't want to get too cute. So, I mean, you could definitely use ClickFunnels, absolutely, as far as the opt-in page and as far as tracking the leads and stuff like that. But I didn't. When I first did this, like I was saying, it was it's like 9 years ago, 9, 8, like 9, 10 years ago. So, yeah. All right. So let's continue. All right. So here's the important thing. Like I just alluded to, everything is going to point to the squeeze page. Okay. Everything that you put out, all your content, everything is going to point to your squeeze page, even the way you talk. If you ever notice, and ever I introduce myself in anything, what do I say? That was Greg Davis, Superfill at Rockstar.com. That's Greg Davis, Superfill at Rockstar.com. I mean, like it's such a habit. Like I can't even say how it's Greg Davis. It's Greg Davis, Superfill at Rockstar.com. All right. Everywhere you go, like if you're doing an interview, if somebody's doing a video of you, if you're doing a video, your name and your website. That's Greg Davis, Superfill at Rockstar.com. All right. You hear me say that all the time. And the reason is because I want people to go to Superfill at Rockstar.com. All right. Like everybody's so much into building some huge lists and having ads and sending people to a squeeze page from your ads and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you could build a list like that. But the most powerful list that you can build is people that you engage with. All right. Those are the people that's going to be on a list that's going to spend a lot of money with you. Okay. Those are going to be like your lifelong fans, your lifelong customers, and then some eventually, lifelong friends. So everything points to that page. So that's why it's important that that page is your site. And that page has always been my site. I haven't had any other page to send people to. I mean, maybe for like my event or something specific. But if you want to find out about me, you got to opt in. I mean, it's just plain and simple. All right. So everything points to your squeeze page. Everything that we talk about, that we're about to talk about, is going to point to your squeeze page. Now, I'm not saying like we go somewhere. This is a great day, super. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to like say that all the time as far as like individual conversation. But if you are being introduced or and give any kind of talk or anything like that, or the video, you definitely want to mention it all the time. All right, so let's get into it. So let's talk about the 5 content pieces. Now, this is basically what we're going to do now. I'm going to show you exactly how to build your infrastructure. Okay, how to construct your system, and how to keep it going. All right, so first thing is that you need to write 5 pieces of good solid content. Okay, so this could be articles. You can write an article, and maybe you've already written articles that you can use for this purpose. Blog posts. Maybe you already have blog posts. Facebook or some kind of social media posts. That's good length. Maybe you've made posts that you can use. Maybe you've made some videos. You could transcribe them. Maybe you've done a podcast. Maybe something that you could chop up into smaller pieces. Maybe you've done a speech. Um, you know, maybe whatever. If you've already put out some good content, you've already made, done a good webinar or done something, then you can repurpose that content. But here's the thing: like, you want this to be really good. You want this to be some of your best tips. Okay. Like, the object of this is not to make a whole bunch of information products and sell courses for like $1,000, even $5,000. No, we want bigger. We want bigger fish than that. Okay. We want to. So one of the concepts is give away your best tips. Okay, give away your best information. All right, you want this stuff to be so good it blows people away. Like, wow, I can't believe this guy's giving me stuff for free. Okay, because later on, I'm gonna show you, how this ends up working out to your favor. All right, so especially when you're starting, these 5 pieces, like bam, you want to hit them like bam, 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 hard. Okay, so 5 of your best tips. You can basically make one piece of content around each tip. All right. So whatever it is that you know how to do, whatever it is that you do well, then this is what these pieces of content need to be. All right. So you need 5 solid pieces of content, written content. All right. And you need to write it. Don't farm this out. No ghostwriting. You don't have to be a good writer. It doesn't matter. You just need to write it down so that people can, read it and consume it. All right. So, and that's one thing, I want to touch on. The whole thing behind this is that you want to be authentically you. Okay, you want to be you. All right. So, if you don't always spell everything right or don't always use good grammar, then don't worry about it. Just be you. Okay, because the people are, I don't say fall in love with you, but the people are gonna be drawn to you. Okay, and what's really you. Okay, so and then once they get to know you like over time and see different things that you write and put out. Then if you write something that is too polished, then I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't Greg. Wait a minute, this isn't whoever. So it's very important to be authentic, and it's very important to be yourself, because the whole goal of this is you want to attract people that like you, and you want to repel people that don't like you. Okay, if you're not repelling people and still attracting some people, then you're not doing it right. Okay, because you're too wishy-washy, too in the middle. Like, you want to be yourself and put forth like your opinions and let them to be strong opinions. All right, and then it's going to turn a lot of people off, and that's good. That's a good thing. Now, if that turns everybody off, that's not so good. But if it turns most people off, but there's a few small select group of people that really, really dig it, that's what you want. All right, that's what you want, because that little percentage, that little contingency of people that dig what you're saying, like, they're the ones that's going to give you money. Okay, not the people that are talking shit. All right. So now here's one thing too that you gotta be ready for. Okay, I mean, it takes courage to put something out. Okay, because once you put it out on the internet, once you put it on, a Facebook post or Instagram or a blog or whatever's out there, then people are going to jump on it. Okay, you know how cruel and how vicious people can be online, especially these days. All right, so be ready for people that are not going to like it. They're going to tear it apart. You have to develop thick skin. It took me a while to do this. I used to get mad. I used to take stuff personally all the time, but it got to the point where I was like, this is just a waste of my energy. And, and I had a lot of people that really, really liked it, that really, really dug it. So, I just focused on those people. Like Dan Kenny calls it a herd. He's like, they got to build a herd, your herd. Okay. And so, you got to worry about your herd. All right. Everybody else, you ain't got to worry about it, because the people that's tearing yourself apart is being really vicious. They're not going to buy anything anyway. Okay, they're not going to give you any money anyway. So who cares about them? All right. So focus on the people that are digging you. Like, that's who you want to build. That's who you want to collect. That's who want you to be in your list. All right. So 5 content pieces. All right. That's what we want to do. And so now we have those 5 content pieces. Then here's what we're going to do. We are going to see what I got here. Okay, so these 5 content pieces, these are going to become the first 5 emails in your sequence. All right, so we set up the autoresponder, and then you're going to have, when they first sign up, they get email 1. Then I would do like every 2 days. I would do like every other day. So basically, these first 5 content pieces will last you for 10 days. All right. Sometimes if you have the content, I would email every day. I mean, I don't have a problem emailing every day, because the people that don't like it, that don't like you enough to get an email from you every day, they're going to unsubscribe. They're going to be gone. They wouldn't have bought anything anyway. All right. So don't be afraid to email daily. and sometimes even more than one time a day. Like if I have a webinar, obviously, like I think today I've emailed my list, twice already, and then I will probably email it again later once the replay is ready. All right. So, and these days, I mean, I get very little unsubscribes. I mean, most people have been on the list for a long time, so they're used to me. They're used to the frequency or infrequency, of posts and emails. So, so don't be afraid to email early and often. All right. But these are your first 5 emails in your autoresponder. So this is going to cover you for 10 days. So after 10 days, you're going to have to, by then you'll have your content machine in action, and then you'll be good to go. So these are your first 5 emails. They're also your first 5 videos on your YouTube channel. Okay, so take those same uh, articles that you wrote, or content pieces that you wrote, and you make videos out of them. Okay, and um, make make a video that shows you. Okay, it shows your face. All right, not just a screen share video. All they see is a screen. No, show your face. All right, and this doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be high end. You don't have to have a video crew and lighting and stuff like that. Um, when I did my blog, my videos were all from a flip camera. Okay, this is back when they had flip. A lot of y'all probably know what flip cameras are. All right, but these are like flip cameras, so it's very low quality, little handheld camera. Most of the time, I had my wife holding it, so it was shaky screen sometimes. It was terrible quality. I mean, especially compared to now. It was terrible, quality. I used to call them, little ghetto videos. Okay, but it was me. It was authentic. It was raw, and it worked. All right, so nowadays, you can use, a cell phone video. You can use, a webcam. There's a lot of stuff you can use. I mean, if you have somebody that can video you, obviously that's fine too. But I would caution you against making it too polished. Too. I mean, you can make some polished ones every now and then, but for the most part, especially for these first 5, you want to make just a regular video. You talking to the people. All right, you looking into the camera and you being your honest, authentic self. All right, so it's your 5 videos. Blog posts. Okay, so you can just take the written content pieces and just make them into blog posts. Actually, what I would normally do is I would put the video that I made on the blog post, and then I would email out the link to the blog post to the list. So that way, people could go to the blog, look at the video, and then make comments. Because you definitely want them to make comments. You want to be interactive and stuff. All right. So that's kind of a way that you could get me, especially since you got them in. The whole premise of you getting them in was that they have access to your blog. Okay. So then it makes sense to just every time you have a blog post, then you email them and let them know. All right. So those are first 5 blog posts. Then also told you to get a Facebook page. Those can be your first 5 Facebook posts as well. All right, and you can either do. I would mix it up. You can do the written posts, or you could do video posts, or you could do both. All right, the more content, the better. All right, so these are so that's what you're going to do with the first 5 pieces of content that you create. So now you're set. You have your email sequence set up at least for the first 10 days. So now you're ready to get traffic to the squeeze page. All right. Now keep in mind that you're going to have all these different pieces of content. You want them all to point back to your squeeze page. Okay. Except for the email sequence. Okay. Because obviously they are in your list, so they don't need to go to the squeeze page again. But for your Facebook posts and blog posts and videos, because the people from outside your list are going to see those, then you want them to go to your list as well. All right. So remember, everything points to your list. Okay. We don't want them to point to the social media. We don't want them to point to the YouTube channel. We want them pointed to the squeeze page so they can get on the list. Okay. That's what we want. Once they're on the list, then they could look at all the other stuff. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So same thing too, like whatever you're putting out, make sure that you have your contact information, which is your squeeze page. Then as a secondary, you can also, as a secondary, you can also have, You can also have links to your other social media, um, especially to the people that are already on your list. You can link them out to your other pages. So now you're ready to drive some traffic to your squeeze page. You're ready to get the word out. So let's do it. All right. So here's how you get the word out. Now this is kind of advanced, but the way that I did it, pretty easy. Now I am definitely not a SEO expert. I haven't done any SEO for real for like a long time for real. And when I did do it, I mostly did black hat SEO. Um, but this is easy stuff. Takes work, but it works. Okay, so the first way that you're going to get traffic, and this is all going to be free traffic. I mean, you don't have to place ads or do paid traffic if you don't want to. You can, but with this method right here, this is how you're going to get higher value visitors, higher value subscribers. All right. So first thing you need to know, you need to figure out some keywords that you want to rank for. Okay. So these keywords can be what you sell. You also want your name, because you want to, when people type in your name, you want all your stuff to come up. And it could be your brand as well. So in my case, what some keywords that I would go for would be something like affiliate marketing coaching, super affiliate, CPA marketing, stuff like that. I mean, obviously, you want something long tail. If you make money online, it's not a good keyword to go after because it's so competitive, and you're not going to be able to rank. So you want it to be something that is pretty long tail. Even it might be a local thing. Like say, whatever your business is, you focus on a particular geographic area, then that is definitely something that you can, put in as far as a keyword. But try to make something specific. Try to make something long tail. It doesn't matter if it doesn't get a whole lot of searches. The thing is that the people that do search for it, you want them you want them. So say for example, what's a good example? So let's just say you are doing. Let's just say you're a trainer. Let's say you're like an exercise person. You're a trainer. Okay. So you might want to go after personalized diet coaching. Okay. Personalized. I don't know, personalized training, DC. All right, something like that. Whatever it is that you actually your service that you want to sell, you can use those as keywords. All right, so those keywords, you're gonna have a list of, I would say, at least 4 to 5 keywords that you really want to focus on. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna use those keywords in your content. Okay, so when you make a video, those keywords are going to be the title of the video. Okay. And then you can, so what I would do normally, so say I might have, say I might be going to say affiliate marketing training. All right. That's the keyword I'm going after. So I might title the videos affiliate marketing training. Then I'll have like that line down the middle. Affiliate marketing stuff, but it's like a straight line down the middle. And then I'll have a lot of my content stuff comes up. Or I have like Greg Dave's affiliate marketing. All right. So like Greg Dave's affiliate marketing because so for videos, you do that, and then you also want to use the keywords in the description. All right. Now, one key tip to keep in mind is that your squeeze page, your website needs to be the first word in the description. All right, the very first thing. It needs to be your whole. It needs to be the HTTP, colon / It needs to be the whole URL. All right, that needs to be the first thing because because on YouTube, for example, like it will cut off your description. So you want to make sure that that's there, and you want to make sure that it's clickable, because again, that's where you want people to go. All right, so just have your site there, then you can have maybe a little paragraph for the description that has your keywords in the description. So that's important. So same thing with your blog posts. You need them. You want the title, the keywords to be in the title, and definitely sprinkle into the content. All right. So So once you have that, what you want to do is you want to syndicate your content. Okay. By syndicate, I mean you wanted to get out all over the place. All right. So I'm not even sure if this software is called Traffic Geyser anymore, if it exists or whatever, but there is some software that you can basically take a video and then it will basically place that video on all of the major video sites. I think last time I did it was like over 60 something sites. All right. So this is not something that I want you to do yourself. You can go to fiverr.com and you can search for Traffic Geyser, search for video syndication, and there are people that will do this for you. You give them your video, you give them the title, you give them the description, and then they will basically shoot your video out all over the internet, like to all these different video sites. All right, so it works really well because videos tend to rank pretty well and also pretty fast. So now you take your one video that's on YouTube. What you want to start, you're on YouTube channel, put the video on YouTube. Now you have the same video and it's on 60 other different video sites. All right. And so now your videos, you got 60 copies of it floating around out there. So, those keywords, especially if your keyword is not super competitive, then those videos are going to start ranking. All right. And then as more time goes by, they're going to rank higher. And especially once you see what they are, you can start sending some links to them, then they're going to rank even higher. And so you're going to have a lot of videos coming up for searches. All right. The other thing about syndication that you can do now, there's probably some service that does this. I'm really not sure. This is something that I've gotten, virtual assistants to do, but let me make sure I'm not missing out anything here. Okay, looks good here. Yeah. So here's what you do. In addition to the blog that's on your site, you also want to start a Blogger blog. Okay, I think it's blogger.com, which is owned by Google, and also WordPress.com. Okay, because WordPress, you go to WordPress.org, and that's how you get the software that put on your website. But WordPress.com, you can actually start a blog on the WordPress.com site. All right, and those are free, and those also having to rank extremely well. So every blog post that you make, every video that you put out, you can also, in addition to your blog, you can also put them on these other two blogs. All right, and so these are going to rank too. Like the blog, Blogger owns Google, so obviously, Google likes Blogger, and Google likes WordPress.com blogs as well. So these tend to rank pretty well. And the good thing about, at least from WordPress, I don't think the links on Blogger are follow blogs, but I think for WordPress you can actually link out to some of your videos, stuff like that, and that's gonna increase the rankings to your video. Okay, so like I said, so basically, so every piece of content that you make is gonna go on your blog. The videos are gonna go on your YouTube channel. The video is also gonna go be syndicated, and then they're also gonna go on your Blogger blog, and your written content, your articles or whatever, blog posts are going to go on your Blogger blog and your WordPress blog, like every time. All right. So, like I said, this is not something that you want to do yourself because this is going to be very time consuming. So you can just have somebody, work for you or whatever, that they can take this content and they can do all that stuff for you. All right. So over time, so as you can see, so just from the first 5 pieces of content you have, like the first 5 videos, like you always, let me see, so you got 5. So if the syndication takes you like 60 different video sites, so that's 300 videos that you have floating around, all with your keywords and stuff on them. And then you have, all these different, you can have a video on the blogs, and then you can also have the post from the same content. So that's 10 blog posts on Blogger and WordPress. And so you have those floating around as well, with your good keywords. And so eventually, this stuff is not going to happen overnight. Well, actually, some of the videos actually might. Some of the stuff actually might rank overnight. I've seen it. But for the most part, it's going to take a few weeks. But you'll see. And there's times where, you can, when you Google one of these terms, like all 10 of the results are you. All right, all 10 of the results are either videos that you've done or, some type of content piece from one of these, from either your blog or from one of these from these other blogs. Um, you know, the whole first page. I've had cases where we've had the whole first page and the whole second page. All right, so that way, so it's in. So again, you want these keywords to be very, very targeted, because when people are looking for something like that, they're like, oh wow, this guy's everywhere. Like, this guy must be, the authority in this particular area, and so they're going to want to get in touch with you. All right, so that is, again, it's a time consuming thing. You can outsource most of it, pretty much all of it actually. Just give your content to them and then let them do their thing as far as the syndication. All right. So that's important points. Let me pause. Let me make sure. See what kind of questions we have here, because I want to make sure that you guys get that. Any questions about this whole content syndication piece? Okay. I guess not. All right. So we'll keep moving. All right. So the next part of your SEO arsenal is forums. Okay. For whatever reason, most forums rank, like, Google really favors forums as far as ranking. So forum posts and stuff tend to rank pretty highly. So what you want to do, so also this also helps you get your name out there and get really, really good traffic. So you want to be active in forums. Be active. I mean, every single area of expertise has multiple forums. They normally have at least one or two really big forums where people gather, and so be active in these forums. And the way that you advertise or get traffic to your link is with your signature. Okay, your signature in a forum. All right, so most forums let you have a signature. Sometimes you have to have a certain amount of posts before they allow it, but you can have a signature, and I wouldn't go like really outrageous. Like, I wouldn't want it to be. You don't want it to look like your whole purpose for participating in a forum is to sell something from your signature. Okay, that's not what you want. All right, you want it to be. You want to genuinely help people and participate in conversation and stuff. And you know, you have your signature at the bottom. If people want to, get closer to you, if people want to contact you, people want to find out more about you. And the beauty of it is that now you do want to be strategic with the keywords that's in your form signature. All right. So again, you have to really have a handle on, okay, what keywords you really want to rank for. Like, what keywords would your best type of prospect search for? And then you want to make sure those types of keywords are in your signature. All right. So again, you don't want it to be overly obvious, overly salesy, but you definitely want to have a signature there, because that's how you're going to drive traffic to your squeeze page. All right, and the bottom line is just keep pumping out the content. Okay, once you, like I said, the 5 pieces of content should last you for 10 days. All right, and so after that, you need to, I would say at least every other day, come up with something else. It doesn't have to be long. Okay, it could be. I mean, most people, if it was a video, I wouldn't want the video to be any longer than, say, like 4 minutes. All right, because people have short attention spans these days, and nobody's gonna sit and look at a 10, 15-minute video, and you don't really want to take the time to make a 10 or 15 minute video every day or every other day. All right, so 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. You can just convey one tip, one little nugget. You don't have to teach everything in one video. You want to break it up. You want to make it bite-sized pieces. All right, so the whole thing is to come out with, and it could be whatever form you want. Like, if you're a good writer, then write it. But then you want to use that same content for a video, and you want to use the same content for for a blog post, for your social media posts, I didn't put podcasts as well. I would advise you to have a podcast, and then that's another way. Again, you want to use that, create good content, but then you want to utilize that content in as many ways that you possibly can, because the more content you have out there, the more people are going to find you. All right, and the more people that are gonna get on that list. So keep pumping out the content. All right, now let's talk about this. Now, again, you might be like, Greg, you're like a paid traffic expert. You're like, Mr. 50K a day. You're spending, $50,000 a day on traffic. Like, this stuff you're talking about is is just, I just would have never thought that you would be talking about something like this, because it's so, it's kind of a trickle of traffic, right? And that's true. That's just very true. But the thing about it, I mean, if you want to make a lot of money from your information business, this is how to do it. These trickles of traffic are very valuable. When you just have an ad and somebody clicks on it and okay, let me put my email in here to get my free shit. The list is not that valuable. I mean, trust me, I know. I've built huge lists of just giving stuff away, doing some on lead magnet, and it's like it's hard. It's hard to get any value out of the list because the only reason people join the list was just to get something free. All right. Whereas the reason they join my list is because they want to access to my blog. They want access to more of my content. All right. So, like I said, the way they join the list is very important for them and how long they stay on the list. So, all this stuff, this is exactly how I built my list because I've had two sides of my business. My one side of business, yeah, I was driving tons and tons of traffic, selling, various, products, Nutra, health, whatever stuff I've sold over the years. But yeah, this side of my business, I built um, list that was well pretty slowly. I mean, you're talking about it took me like 2 years to get up to 2,000 subscribers, maybe a little less than 2 years, but let's just say two years. So that's not a lot, per day or whatever. But I'm just telling you what works. I'm just telling you what works. All right. So this right here, this is my email. When I set an email, this is my signature right here. Now, the join my Facebook group part wasn't always there. When I first started using the method, this was it. All it was like, thanks, Greg, superfellowrockstar.com. That was it. Okay. You don't have to put a bunch of shit in your signature, make it all kind of junky, make it all long. Your name and your URL is fine. Because remember, I said that's why you got to have a good domain. Something that's catchy, something that kind of conveys what it is that you do, what it is that you're about, and that's it. So again, I don't have any hard numbers for how many people is added to my list, but if you just think over the course of a year, how many people you correspond with via email, and the other thing is that most of the time you're corresponding with people one on one with email, there's some type of relationship there, okay, or somebody wants to have a relationship there. So it's how I've added a lot of people to the list just from having this email signature, and it's how I've added a lot of people to my Facebook group after I had the Facebook group, and after a while, the stuff kind of takes on a life of its own, and it's a simple thing. It's a very simple thing. All right, so just your email signature. So every time you send out an email, bam, Greg, superfellowrockstar.com. All right, so this has it's kind of a little thing that people overlook, but it's very, very effective because everything that I'm showing you is going to be how to get people on your list that are extremely valuable. Okay. So what do you think is more valuable? Somebody that got on my list because of a personal one-on-one email, or they got on my list because of some ad on Facebook where I gave away some free shit? All right. This one, right? All right. So the mighty signature. All right. So let's talk about other ways how you get out there. This is a big one. This is a huge one. All right. Speaking. Speaking. Now, I've heard that like people say public speaking is like the number one fear is more people fear public speaking more than death. Well, if you want to make a lot of money, you need to get over it. All right. If you want to be an authority in your field, you need to get over it. Okay. Learn how to speak. You can go to what's some things called? It's this free organization, Toastmasters. Toastmasters. You go to Toastmasters. I actually went to Toastmasters. It's like this organization where people learn how to speak publicly. All right, and so you can do that. I mean, because here's the thing: people want big money. Oh, y'all want to be a millionaire, this and that, blah blah blah. But they're not willing to do what it takes. They're not willing to break out of their comfort zone. Okay, and me growing up, I used to have a big problem stuttering. All right. I had a stuttering problem. I used to have to go to speech therapy when I was in elementary school. All right. So, public speaking to me was very bad, very scary. It was, bad, and I didn't even want to do it. But, but I was, Lloyd was mentoring me, and he was just like, "This is what you got to do." And, he had a lot more money than me. I wanted to have money like him. He spoke, so I spoke. I started speaking, and hey, it started off bad, but the more I did it, the better I got at it. All right. But the people that you meet when you're speaking, they are going to be some of the most valuable people on your list. Okay. These are going to be the people that end up spending the most money with you. And you know why? Because when you see somebody speak live, okay, and then you resonate with them like that, and then you have an opportunity to, get on a list and learn about them more. But just that fact that you saw them speaking, it's like they're literally like in a position of authority, and you're literally, looking up to them. And it's just like it's just a powerful connection. Like these people, when you meet somebody in that way, like you're in an ultimate position of power, and then they want more from you. They want to be closer to you. They want to get more information from you because they really dug what you were saying, and so they get on your list. Bang. So you don't even have to, like, the first few times I spoke, like I wasn't selling. I didn't sell anything. I was just getting out there. I was getting on stage, and the only thing was at that end, I was like, look, if you want to get in touch with me, blah blah blah, go to superphillyrockstar.com. That'll be my last slide, superphillyrockstar.com. And and it was on my business card as well. That's the other thing too. People underestimate is a business card. Like, get a really cool business card. Like, if you ever seen my business card, it looks like a black card. It looks like a black, like, credit card, like a black American Express or something. But it actually has, set of numbers. The numbers, it has my phone number, and then it has, my website on there. So make sure the website's on there. Give out that the website as much as possible. All right, when you're doing a speaking gig. I mean, if you do speak and you sell something, that's great. It's even better. But you don't need, especially when you're first starting, just get on just in as many stages as you can. All right. Sure develop relationships with people. People always put on some type of event, some type of lunch, some type of whatever. And people are always looking for speakers, okay, especially speakers that don't necessarily want to get paid. All right. Just get it under your belt, and because the better you get at it, the more opportunities you'll have, and the bigger audiences you'll be in front of, and the more people that you will have joining your list from speaking engagement. I can't emphasize enough. I can't emphasize enough how valuable the contacts are that join your list from speaking. All right, these are the people that are going to be spending the 40, 50, 60,000 dollars with you when they meet you in this way. All right, so don't overlook this. Don't be like, "Oh, okay, Greg, well, it's all good. Let me do everything but speaking." No, the speaking is a crucial part. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to get up off the couch, get up off the desk. I mean, get from behind the desk. Get on a plane. Or get in a car at least, and get on some stages and speak. All right, do it. You'll make a lot of money. The money might not come directly from the speaking, but the money will come from the people that you meet, from the people that join your list that see you speak. All right. Because think about this, like, let me just say, like, if you are speaking and maybe it's like a room of 200 people, let's just say. So 200 people. So let's just say, 25% of them, end up, okay, well, let me check out this guy, let me go to his website, and they opt in. That's 50 people. And those are 50 very highly qualified people. And the other thing, too, is that, these people know other people, so they'll tell other people about you, especially if you do a really good job and they really like what you were saying. Like, "Oh, man, I just saw this guy speak. Check him out, blah, blah. His website, who is it? Blah, blah, Greg Davis. Yeah, Superfiller Rockstar, I think, superfillerrockstar.com, something like that. And then you'll have organic growth just from word of mouth. Okay. And that's super, super powerful. Okay. The next best thing to people seeing you speak is people joining your list based on the recommendations of other people that saw you speak. All right. So, speaking. All right. The next thing. Now, this I must confess that I have not done yet. All right. I have not done this yet, so shame on me. I probably left a couple million on the table. In fact, there's no problem about it. Um, but the the way to be ultimate authority is to write a book. Okay. And writing a book is not as daunting as you may think, especially these days. I mean, they actually have services where you can go and basically record your book. You can talk the book, and then they will take it and make it into a book, and bada boom, bada bing, got a book. You know, this doesn't have to be New York Times bestseller. It doesn't have to be Amazon bestseller. It doesn't have to be bestseller in anything. It can be self-published. It just needs to be a book, all right? Because all a book is a readable business card. Okay, you're not going for the Pulitzer Prize. You're going for generating a lead, all right? Because think about this. So let's just say I was wise enough to actually have written a book, and I wrote a book about paid traffic. All right. And so, somebody was looking for, man, I need to learn how to do paid traffic. And then they come across this book. I was like, oh wow, they actually read the book, they like the book. And then at the end of the book, it's like, hey, you wanna learn more about Greg? Go to superphillyrockstar.com. Bam. And you can also even and you should actually even make an offer in the book. But even if you don't, the authority that it gives you is priceless. All right. This is almost, I would say, better than speaking because it's more scalable because you can get your book in the hands of more people. All right, and there's a lot of different techniques that you can use for books. Like I said, I have not done it yet, so I can only talk about what I've seen with other people. So I'm not gonna get into it in too much depth because I want to talk about exactly what I've done and what worked for me. Now, I've actually had suggested with other people. Actually, this is my wife. My wife actually did this. Wrote a book. That's how she generated her list, her initial list, just from people that got her book. And so, and I've seen it, a lot of different people, especially because if you think about it, I mean, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. All right, and so when you read a book from somebody, they're automatically in kind of a position of authority just from having a book. Okay, and then you read the book and you learn more about them and you kind of like them and you develop trust because, like, hey, this guy wrote this book. He literally wrote the book on this, and you have a much better chance of getting that person as a high end client. All right, so and when you speak, you can sell your book, or you can give away the book. Okay, whatever. You don't even have to necessarily worry about selling it. You just want to get the book in people's hands. The other good thing about a book is that people um, pass it on, pass it around. Once they read it, they might tell a friend, hey man, you should check out this little book that I just got from this dude about traffic. Bam. So now you got another contact. I was actually I was in a mastermind with Perry Marshall. I'm not sure if you guys know who he is, but he's great. A good marketer. Start off with AdWords. I learned a lot from him. AdWords. Now he's on Facebook. He just really big in paid traffic. But he's written several books, and he said that the highest value clients that he gets come from the book. The highest value clients that he gets into his business come from his book. All right, so um, write a book. Doesn't have to be a huge book. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be an outgrowth. You can actually make the book a collection of the content pieces, the blog posts that you made. So it's a good another good way to get very valuable things on your list. All right, and now you got to keep cranking out the videos. All right, so if I had to narrow it down to like the most valuable thing, the most valuable piece of the system, the thing that made me the most money, the most success in information marketing, it has to be videos, like hands down, hands down. All right, and videos are what makes it a little more scalable. I mean, once you go to speak in front of people and stuff, I mean that's very good, very good, very valuable clients there. But obviously it's limited to how many stages you can actually get on, how many people you can get in front of. Right, the videos, literally thousands of people can consume them and can get on your list that way. All right, so I told you how, like, for the videos, you got to make your website, your squeeze page, the very first thing in the description. All right, so here's the thing with video. Here's the thing with video. Now, let's see. I've been doing this. I've maybe been doing this method for maybe about a year, and then I had like my first live event. Actually, it was with this is my two partners, John and Luke, and so we had this event in Vegas, and like people were coming up to me and like, man, I just want to shake your hand. Like, I feel like I know you. I feel like I've known you for years. I feel like I know you. I mean, like I heard that. Oh, another thing was, oh man, you're so real. You're so real. Like I kept hearing that like over and over again from people that I had never met, you know. And it dawns on me, and it was like the reason why they felt that they knew me is because they saw me in so many videos. And if you look at it, I mean, like I have people now that I follow like on YouTube, and I look at their videos quite a bit for various reasons or the various niches or whatever. And you kind of have a feeling that like you kind of know them because especially if you see them like on a daily basis or a very regular basis several times a week, it's like when you meet them in person, just like you already know them, and it's crazy, um, but it's true, and that's the effect that you want. Okay, that's the effect that you want. You want people to again, you want them to feel the realness. All right, you want to be you, um, and they make the connection with that. Now keep in mind, everybody's unique. Okay, like the way that I did it, my style was kind of out there, drinking Patron all the time, partying and stuff. You know, rock star. Like I was trying to be a rock star. I was my whole thing was super feel like rock star. So that was the persona that I had put out there. So you don't necessarily have to do that. Now, you should be yourself. Okay, you should be yourself plus. All right, be yourself plus. What I mean by that is you want to be yourself, but you still have to make yourself. Ultimately, you want to make yourself fascinating to people. That's what it's about. You want to make yourself somehow fascinating to people. All right. So with me, the plus was, well, at least at this point in time, it was the drinking and the partying. I mean, the drinking kind of like took a life of its own, but that's a whole different story. But at the time, because I remember like this one time I spoke at an event, actually at Kim McCarthy's assistant event, and and so after the speech, this guy came up to me and he was like, "Man, I don't know how you do it." And I was like, "How I do what?" And he was like, "I mean, like how do you run your business and do all that so successful with all the drinking and all the partying?" And I had to laugh. I was like, "Dude, like, I mean, I don't drink and party like all the time. I'm kind of a family man. I got two kids. I got like to take them to school and do regular stuff. So I can't be drunk all the time. But that was kind of like what I was putting out there, and it was like to him, it was like, man, this is my life. Just drinking all day. At my computer, making money, partying, popping bottles. Like that was just my life, and so that's what I mean by yourself plus. Like, because I did all of those things. I did drink. I did party. I did pop bottles, but it was like certain times. I mean, like I would do that like when I went to Vegas, like for Affiliate Summit West or New York, from Miami. I would only really party hard like those times. Any other time I was at home, I was just a regular middle aged man in the suburbs with kids. Just a family family guy. So, but if I just talked about that my kids all the time and how I'm going to baseball practice or whatever. People wouldn't really care about that. I mean, that's not really anything fascinating to people. So you have to include elements of yourself that will fascinate people. Okay, so that's what I mean by the plus. Like you need to be yourself, but you need to be authentic. But at the same time, you need to emphasize the parts of yourself that are a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fascinating. Okay, so and without and obviously everybody's different. Okay, so I've helped other people do this, and they had a total different brand from just kind of wild and crazy, kind of out there. Some people a lot more reserved. So you can do it no matter what your personality is. You can use that personality because no matter what it is, it's going to attract some people. It's going to repel others. Okay, it's certain people that look at me and are like, oh man, this guy's just a buffoon or whatever. Like I would never want to, give this guy. But then it might be somebody else that's a little more quiet, a little more reserved that they identify with, with this person. Okay. Um, but one of my, ardent followers or whatever wouldn't really vibe with them and with that guy. So, you want to be yourself, but at the same time, you have to find a way to make yourself fascinating. All right. So in my case, the way I made myself fascinating was the whole rock star lifestyle type of thing, and the money obviously, helped as well. So, um, so that's what you want your videos to do. Now, when I was doing these videos, like there was no, going live or stuff like that. Like it was mostly just, like I said, I was just doing videos. I was doing flip cam, and then later on I got better equipment, and I would hire people occasionally, like especially to produce videos for when I was on an event or something. But when I was building this blog, building this initial list, it was straight up flip camera, which would be the equivalent of like a cell phone camera. Okay, so so you can definitely go live sometimes, but I would still focus on generating videos. And even when you do go live, definitely make that into a YouTube video and put on your YouTube video channel, because that video channel is going to be a cash cow for you eventually. So videos. I can't emphasize enough. Make videos now. Does every single piece of content you put out needs to be a video? No, I mean you should alternate. Do something written, and do videos. But I would definitely focus on videos. Okay, videos work way better by far. Especially these days, people are so conditioned to watching videos. People love videos. I mean, it's just people do. So videos, and then the more you crank out each video, you get your person on Fiverr or your VA to syndicate it, using Traffic Geyser or whatever software to use these days, and and you're gonna crank out a whole lot of content. The more content you can put on that YouTube channel, the more money that you're gonna make. So, what's time we got? Okay, cool. All right, so how to cash in. Let's talk about how you actually make the money. All right. So here's the thing. I wasn't able to make $1.5 million in 2 years off of this list by selling $1,000 packages. Like I was saying, like each one of my subscribers was worth $1,000. Okay, not everyone bought something. Okay, so that's not going to work. Okay, if you want to make big money from a little list, you have to have high priced stuff that you're selling. All right, high. All right, and I'll just give you the examples that I use. I mean the amounts that I use, and then you can kind of adjust. But you need to be thinking in terms of high, like 50K, 60K, stuff like that. So I just tell you what I did. So once I really got into the blog, kind of got it going and started getting some clients. My coaching was like 50. I take it back. Take it back. First it was 25,000. It was 25,000. And here's the thing: like when you get a high end client, especially that very first one, you have to make sure they're successful. Like you got to do whatever it takes. Okay, if you got to do everything for them, if you got to go with their office and sit with them, I mean, whatever it takes, you need them to be successful. You need them to be very successful. Okay, because if you just get that one person that has success with your stuff, then they will help you get everybody else. All right. So so obviously, you want all your clients to be successful. But I'm saying, if it's the very first one, you have to make absolutely positively sure that they are successful, whatever it is, whether you're increasing their revenue, whether you're cutting their costs, whether you're helping them to get in shape, whatever the service is that you're providing them, you need to make sure they have success. All right. So I did that, and and the person that my first high end client did very well, and he allowed me to to make videos and talk about how successful he was. He even got on the phone with people that were thinking of hiring me or thinking about getting a coaching, and his close rate was like 100%. So say that those first few clients that do very well are going to be very valuable to you. Okay, so anyway, so I actually started at 25,000, but then Dan Kennedy says once you have a capacity problem, then you need to raise your prices. So once the word got out about his success, and I got a lot of people fairly rapidly, then I was like, you know what, this is I can't handle all of this, so I'm going to raise the price. Because here's the thing, and this is a point. Like at the time, like I was still doing my media buying business. I was still buying traffic. I was still doing affiliate marketing. Like this was kind of like a part time thing type, on the side. And I think that's important. I mean, like the thing that whatever it is that you're teaching people how to do, like you still need to be doing it. Either you need to be doing it yourself, or you need to be doing it, at least for other clients. But you still need to be, using the skill that they're paying you for. Not just making money from them paying you, if that makes any sense. Um, so I went to 50,000. All right, so $50,000 coaching, and then I actually had one offer that we did that was 80,000. All right, but here's the thing: like you have to your service has to be transformational. Okay, the only reason people are going to pay that kind of money because they got big results. Obviously, like your offer has to change somebody's life. Okay, in some aspect of their life. I'm not saying it has to change their whole life and everything, but it needs to change some aspect of their life. So whatever it is that you're doing, it needs to be able to transform it. It needs to be worth it. So, for example, if I'm going to teach you how to make, if I can show you some stuff to show you how to make $200,000, then yeah, you'll pay $50,000 for that information because ultimately, you're going to get an ROI. So you do it. I mean, I would do it, for 100,000. Somebody tells me here, here's how I can make 100,000, for sure, and it's 50 or whatever. Then I mean, yeah, double your money. That's cool. So I was able to. We had a package that was 80,000, and then after that, after promoting both of those things, to the list, and people knowing exactly what was out there as far as the offers and stuff, then we went down and I had a promotion for something that was $15,000. 15K. You know what people said to me? They said, "Oh, finally something I can afford." All right, $15,000. All right, so you want to condition your list to high prices because what you're providing for them is very valuable. Okay, and this is why I think you should put out your best information for free because you don't need to sell little boxes. You don't need to sell $1,000, $2,000 products. You don't need to sell that, when you are, working closely with people in some kind of private capacity and getting, 40, 50, $60,000. Okay. And so that is a model that I've used. I mean, not to say that over the years I haven't sold products that were cheaper. I mean, because I have, because you still have parts of your market that are not in a position to pay, 15K plus. All right. So if you want to monetize the rest of them, then you have to, come down. But it's important to start high first, then go down. Okay. Because if you start high, then, people are placing a high value on your product or service, which they should, because it's going to help them. It's going to help change their life. All right. So, but then you start coming down, then you can reach people that couldn't do those. So, like the 15K price point did really, really well for us. And so, so that's kind of how you do that. So then you kind of go down from there. And so then when you have something that's $1,000, then people will jump all over that. But I'll be honest with you, like my list was so conditioned. I mean, like there's been times where I've had like a 997 product that I've sold, and I've had something that I sold for like $15,000, and I've actually sold more units of the 15K than the 1,000. Very counterintuitive, but that's what it is. It's almost like they looked at it as like, oh, this Greg selling something for 1,000, like this could possibly be nothing, because this guy is only selling stuff, five figures and above. So start high, then go down low. Don't start low and go high. Like people teach you, okay, we're gonna start this entry level product, and then you go up, go up. No. Start at the top, then go down. That's how you get the big money in the quickest possible way, quickest possible time. All right. So what can you sell? to cash in on this list that you've meticulously built? Well, you do high end coaching, you do consulting. And again, this works for lots of other things just besides, affiliate stuff, make money stuff. Like I said, you could be some kind of personal trainer, you could be a dietitian, you could be a chef, you could sell, high end cars, you could whatever it is that you have something that's expensive that you can sell, you can use this particular method for. So, but some other information products that you can do, like I said, coaching consulting, you also do workshops and retreats. Like I've done workshops where, I've done them from, I think 20K. I was at like a workshop where I've done like 20K, just like they're really easy to put on. I mean, you get, the hotel room for 2 days. I've done it by myself. I've done it with guests. I've done like JVs with other people. Retreats. You have something in a nice location, like masterminds. I've had a mastermind, like a year-long mastermind. I've also had like one-time masterminds, like I did one in Miami last year. Did them in Vegas. So those are all different things that you can offer. You can offer done for you stuff. So just like now. Okay, like some people are gonna look at this and they're gonna be like, "Man, this is awesome, Greg." But you know what? I don't know how to put all this stuff together. I don't want to do that. Whatever. I was like, well, guess what? I can do it for you. So and you can do that again for any service. Okay, the majority of the people are going to take the information, and if they do apply it and do it themselves, and that's fine. That's great. That's how you bless people. That's how you know people all the time, everywhere I go. Like every time I go to Affiliate Summit, for example, I'm walking around the floor. Oh, Greg, man, so nice to meet you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I made so much money from this free webinar you gave me. This free webinar, this and that, this free webinar. I mean, I hear all the time. Oh yeah, I made millions with this free webinar. I was like, oh damn, man, well, thanks. It was like, where's my cut? No. But you're gonna have that, But I think, I mean, I believe in karma, and so it all comes back around because you only need a few people that are like, you know what, I ain't got time for this. I have more money than time, Greg. I'll pay you and your team to do all that stuff for me because I want these results, but I don't have time to implement all this stuff. And so that's how we make money. And so everybody's happy, everybody, the people that can't afford it is happy because I just gave them all the training, I gave them all the information, told them exactly what to do. But then you're gonna have some people that want, the hands held. They're gonna want, hey, look, Greg, can you, consult with me and kind of work this out for me, like develop my personality, marketing, and put it all together. And so that's how we do it. All right, so yeah, done for you. If you have any kind of expensive product and services, like I said, you can use this to sell cars, to sell houses, to sell airplanes, whatever. Also high-end affiliate deals. Okay, so maybe you don't have a product, you don't have nothing. All right, but still you can bring in a JV partner, or you can sell something, an affiliate product. Like I've done that as well. Like there's you can be affiliate for some pretty high-end stuff. All right, so you can also sell somebody else's product as well. So those are just some of the ideas, some of the ways that you can cash in, as you build your list. Not like you have to wait for a certain, time or certain number of people. As you build your list, these are some ways that you can cash in. But here's a secret. You guys want to know the secret to really making this work? There's a secret. I'll take a break. Let me take a swig here. Coffee real quick. What is the secret? All right, this is my patented secret. I've actually never heard anybody else teach this, but this is the secret to all that. The dangle. Okay, it's called the dangle. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to do it in every single content piece, but at least every other content piece, you need to dangle your high price thing out there. All right. So this is how you can sell it without selling it. Taking an example. So for me, like I quickly put out there that I have a $25,000 coaching program, or I have a $50,000 coaching program. Like I talk about it a lot. like, I have this program, blah, 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 it's $50,000. So as you're doing your content, as you're putting your stuff out, as you're building your list, you don't even have to sell it like straight up down. I mean, now once you get that first customer, see, once you get that first successful client, and you got some results that you can talk about, then by all means you can say, 'cause I think I made a post and I was like, I showed a screenshot from my client and I was like, hey, I'll help them do this. If anybody wants me to do it for you, hit me up, whatever. So I did make like one post that was just basically that. But other than that, I'm posting and it's like, by the way, I have this program, or PS, I have this thing. So I'm always kind of like dangling it out there, but I'm not really selling it directly. Okay. And what happens is people catch on to this. And to this day, you have no idea. Like, I have people that recently contact me like, man, Greg, I've been wanting to do your $50,000 coaching forever. I finally saved up enough money to do it over these like past 5 years. All right. Like that happens like, I mean, I was like fairly often, but it's happened, several times. People were like, I've been wanting to do this coaching. I'm wanting to do this coaching. So if you dangle it out there, people will, and especially if they know it's successful and you showcase your, students that have been successful, so they know that it actually works. Um, you don't even have to sell it very hard, directly. Just dangle it out there, and people will go for it and try to get it, and I want to give you money. So that's the secret to selling high price stuff with this system. Like, you don't have to sell it directly all the time, but just make sure that people know that you have it. Okay, make sure they know that it's out there. If they want it, they can pay for it. They can get it. All right, and so you basically, rinse and repeat. So now, I'm trying to think. When I first started doing this, I didn't. I mean, YouTube was not booming like it is now. But I will say again, like going back to the part that the videos are, the most valuable part of this is that you really need to leverage the YouTube channel. And me personally, I haven't really done a very good job of this until maybe recently. I've kind of paid more attention to it because I get so many clients from videos. Like I put a video every webinar I do now. I put out in a video on YouTube, and I forget about it. And some of them, for whatever reason, I guess because my keywords and stuff work, and like, cause like I had this video that it was actually a webinar that we did about mobile marketing. This was like years and years ago, back when kind of mobile marketing was kind of new. And it's put out there. And next thing I know, like it had like 50,000 views, which for something that I put out there for a webinar is actually a lot. And I got so many clients just from that one video, a lot. So you never know what's actually going to take off. And as you have new people, join your list, like they're going to want to go back and look at all your stuff. Like people that are going to give you a lot of money, people that pay me $50,000 for coaching, like they watch every single video, every single thing that I have out there. Which I don't blame them. If I'm going to invest that kind of money too, I probably would do the same thing. So you don't ever have to worry about putting out too much content because no amount is too much, especially for people that are going to spend a lot of money with you. But the YouTube channel is like one central place where they can go. They can watch all your videos. They can watch them in the order that you put them out or whatever. So it's a huge tool where you can build your list and get clients on autopilot, really, because once you put it out there, I mean, this mobile video, like I didn't even do anything. I didn't give any links or anything. I mean, a lot of times if I find those videos, I'll put some links to it so it can rank, higher and faster and whatever. But you never know what's going to take off and get you a whole lot of customers and money. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw there. That system, you can take that system and you can implement it and you can, use it to make a lot of money, just off of a personality-based business, just like I did. Okay. Now if you would like me to, to do it for you and to work with you directly to make this happen, you do have that opportunity. Okay. I'm taking on two people. Okay. That's two clients, two people that I'm going to help put together a personality driven information marketing business, just like the one I just described. Okay. Now, it took me 2 years to make the $1.5 million, but that was without social media. So I think I'm now utilizing social media, and I've kind of seen this with some of the friends that I've helped do this. Using social media, you can get these results a lot faster, a lot quicker. So it kind of puts the whole strategy. I wouldn't say put it on steroids, but it definitely boosts it quite a bit. All right, so I only have time for two people. I'm actually wrapping up with my last coaching clients like right now, so I'm focusing more on my business. But this is actually something that I do enjoy, and and it's something that can make you a lot of money. Okay, but this is for somebody that is already doing something. You're already good at something. You already have a skill. You already have an information product. Well, you don't have to have a product, but you have something valuable that you can teach people. Okay, so that sounds like you. Then we can have a conversation. All right, and I can check out what you're doing, and we can see if it's a fit, and then based on that, we see if you'd be one of these two people. All right, so go to personalitycash.com, personalitycash.com. Just a little opt in there, leave your information, and then we can have a brief conversation. All right, but don't waste my time. All right, like I said, you gotta be in a position to have this type of business, and also be able to make the investment, because I don't come cheap, but I do promise that I will do everything in my power, to help make you, $1.5 million or even more, with your personality based information marketing business. All right, it's a lot of money out here, and it's a lot of fun. It can be a lot of hard work. I can help show you some shortcuts and help do a lot of stuff for you, but still ultimately, it's all going to come down to you and how much you want it. All right, but if you really want it, hit me up, personalitycash.com. I'm only taking two people, so don't take forever to do it, and that's that. That is all I got. Um, I will answer some questions. Let's see what we got. 50K per day sounds more appealing than what a beginner would put on a squeeze. Yeah, I mean, this is not for beginners. You really want to have some knowledge that is valuable. I mean, like you want to have specialized knowledge, and whatever it is that you're doing. Like I said, it don't have to be in making money or anything like that. But yeah, this is not something definitely have to have something of value to offer. And so if you're a beginner, most beginners don't really have that. So you need to develop that before you use this strategy. Love the simplicity of this. Thank you. Length of video. For the squeeze page, it was less than 2 minutes. Is this info still relevant with all the new social media platforms and attention spans? A lot has changed since you first started. Don't you agree? Yeah, absolutely. A lot has changed. But like I said, I have helped other people do this since then. And yeah, I mean, the social media actually makes it easier. I mean, I would have built the list twice as big, in half the time, if I had social media. So yeah, I mean, social media, if anything, makes it easier, because the social media is the medium where people can get to know you even more, and they can see your authenticity, and you can interact with them. So yeah, social media actually makes it better. It makes it more effective. And like I said, you can go live, and that could be some of your videos. And I'm all about multi-purposing your content. I mean, I don't want to, I like working once and then getting paid off of it, like, lots of times. So, so sometimes you can make a video, sometimes your content, you could go live, right? Go live for a few minutes or whatever, and then that could be your video. And you can put all these videos, on your Facebook page, or Instagram, whatever else social media you want to use. I would probably go Facebook, just because um, of the age range of the people that have money that you probably want to reach are probably on Facebook, as opposed to some of the other younger attracting social media platforms. But yeah, it works. I mean, like it's all about the system and the model. Okay, like Dan Kenny's been doing this for, like, I don't know, 30, 40 years. All right. So it doesn't matter what the medium is. The main thing is you building a relationship with your list. Let's see. Then the front cover page get the free audio version. Oh, shots on stage. Yeah, that was me. Let's see. Launching a campaign expected to generate 1 million Instagram followers on a fan page plus email list to match. I mean, yeah, that's fine and everything, but it all comes down to how much money you're gonna make from those 1 million Instagram followers. I mean, I'm all about email lists, and I'm all about again having that relationship with the list so that you can get high end sales from the list. So I don't know if your million person list is gonna provide that or not. And if they do, hopefully, yeah, it'd be great. You'll be rich. But like I said, my system is I like to start with high prices, and most people off of Instagram, however you're getting these lists, most of these people are not going to be paying you, 20, 30, 40, $50,000. So, that's a different model. I didn't get the meaning of the secret. Can you explain again? I was saying the secret to selling your high end stuff without overtly, without being so overt about it is the dangle. I would say this is the secret. So always, dangle your high end offer out there. Always talk about it. Like not incessantly, but mention it often. All right, so people know it's out there, so that they know that if they want to spend a lot of money, they will. Because here's the thing: like you'll have, I think Dan Kennedy said that, like say if you have an offer, like you'll have a group of like 5%, like 5% of your clients or 5% of your prospects, they will buy anything that you put out, no matter what the price. And that's how it is with me. Like I have people that will buy, that have spent over $100,000 with me just by themselves. So because they got good results from what they previously bought, but they're just, they feel me. They're just like really into me like that. And so and they have that level of trust. They literally buy anything that I put out, and they bought all the highest end stuff. So you're going to have those people. So you need to make sure they know what you have for sale, so that they can get it. So that's what I was saying, a dangle. But at the same time, if you keep selling it over and over again, it's going to piss off the people that don't have the money. So it's just better to just kind of like dangle it out there, and then the people that do have the money, they can contact you, and you can engage with them one on one. Let's see what happened to the questions. Oh, can you talk about politics, for example, give viewers on YouTube and then send them to a squeeze page? I mean, if politics are, I guess if they're applicable to what you are selling, I mean, it's normally not a great idea. Um, but it depends on what your market is. You know, I mean, stuff is so polarizing today that I mean, if it were me, I definitely would not. I mean, nowadays, I really don't care because I'm not really looking for a lot of customer stuff anyway. So if I piss people off with political posts that I do on Facebook, then I don't really care. But when I was building the list, I wouldn't do it. And but it depends. I mean, I don't know what you're selling. So if it's applicable to politics, or you want to attract a specific, if you want to attract a specific political leaning, then yeah, by all means, you can definitely do it. But it really depends on what you're selling. We already get 40 million impressions a month to jump off. Oh, this is from the Instagram thing. All right, cool. Sounds lovely. Okay. Okay. Which autoresponder do you prefer? I mostly use. I mean, I've used all of them, but right now I mostly use eye contact. I think that does the best job for what I need. Let's see. Any other questions? Questions, comments? So stuff makes sense to you guys? Now again, it's not for everything. I'm assuming it's not for everybody. A lot of people don't want to be the face of their business, and that's fine. That is perfectly fine. I mean, there are many ways to skin the cat, and you can definitely do this without, being a personality. being a face of your business. But if you do, if you don't mind it, then this is the way to do it. I mean, this is how it worked for me, like gangbusters. And I've kind of stumbled upon a lot of stuff. Like I wasn't even going at it. I mean, it's easy to look back and kind of figure out what I did, especially now that I've helped some other people do it. But at the time, I was just, I took a model, that from Dan Kennedy by way of Lloyd Irvin, and then, I kind of developed it from there. All right. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys coming on here. And if you have any questions, you can hit me up. Greg at superphillyrockstar.com. Well, actually, no, you can hit me up at, where's my thing here? Personalitycash.com. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.